if you say you are in love, it means you are stupid.
Hmm.
So there
Is
is
that is that a fact?
Before you make the conscious decision to love someone,
yeah,
it is a decision first.
that's
The reason why people liken love to stupidity is because obviously when someone is stupid, the person takes on actions that
Doesn't make
naturally
sense.
does make a lot of sense. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Unmask. Today we have an incredible topic that we'll be sharing, and I have my favorite persons here with me. By my right, Miss Vanessa Dibite. However, by my left, I have.
Wago Harry wisdom.
All right, you're welcome. So today we're going to discuss the thin line between love and stupidity.
I need to take off my glasses for this topic
Hmm. Hmm.
because
Well, for those of you that understand what love is, people would always say when you're in love, it feels like you are stupid. So does that mean
love is stupid.
love is stupid? Well, I honestly want to get your takes on this matter.
please,
Mr.
let's
Harry, you
Harry
look really
first.
interested.
It looks like his brain is going to pop up.
Okay, so thank you guys. When we talk about love, I am not always interested in the topic of love
Mm-hmm.
because I think love had beaten me several times.
That means you have been stupid
In
before
love.
in love. Sorry. Like,
Yeah, I think if you say you are in love, it means you are stupid. So there
is
a
that
dra-
is that a fact?
Yeah, Rihanna knows difference.
I think it's a fact to an extent. However, I think I would say is it relates to individual perception and differences.
Okay,
You
hold your
understand?
thought there. Let me hear
Okay.
what Miss Vanessa has to say
I'm
about
going
this.
to come from the angle of a guy,
Okay.
not a lady in love, because I've seen a lot of guys in love,
Mm.
close friends.
And
I
you
studied
have
engineering.
you have
like I
made
said.
them
You've made them fall in love
before.
before.
Explain to us.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Explain.
But I'll say this. A lot of times people say they fall in love and then they get blinded, and
say love is blind.
No, it's not even. They say they get stupid and they say love is blind. Yes, and then they fell so hard that they could not stand up.
Yeah.
But I
Like
am telling
Mr.
you
Harry.
for a fact.
No,
I'm
no,
telling you
I
for a
didn't
fact.
fall to a point where I couldn't
Oh,
stand
you
up.
stood up.
I stood up and I ran away.
Okay. That is own opinion, but I will tell you that that's a lie. Before you make the conscious decision to love someone,
Yeah.
it is a decision first.
That's true.
You know, we had a topic one time. We talked
Yeah,
about love,
true.
Love and
True.
trust.
what
I
is
remember.
trust and all that. And I'll tell you that love, first off, is a decision to love somebody unconditionally, even
Yeah.
with their flaws.
Yeah.
So if I chose to love you with your flaws, I can choose not to be stupid in love.
So I think the point many a times is that love strips you away of certain abilities. Now let me explain.
Yes, before you
Right?
explain, yes, love strips you of certain abilities, but it doesn't take away your brain.
I agree with that.
That's
However,
that's
Mr.
true.
Harry,
Yeah.
the point I'm trying to make is the reason why people liken love to stupidity is because obviously when someone is stupid, the person takes on actions that
Doesn't make
naturally
sense.
does make a lot of sense.
That's true.
And of course, I want to also believe that when you're deeply in love with someone, I've had to love before,
Okay.
right? Yeah, you do things that are not the most comfortable things.
Yeah.
Like, of course, in the last podcast we had, I can't quite remember if it was with Mr. Bright by Dakar, how he
I
shared
think
with
Bright,
us
yeah.
when he
it
said
was Bright.
by 1
1
a.m.
a.m.
it
1
was so-
a.m. He was
at night
out.
he was out
Yeah.
because of a girl.
Yeah.
Now you are not with a gun.
Wait, which
You
bright
don't
is
have
this?
our bride.
My bride, your bride, our bride.
I'm
He's-
going to.
Yeah, he stepped out of his house. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a gun.
Hey.
He doesn't have machetes.
Wait,
Only
for real?
him went out to pick a
Pick a girl.
lady
Yeah, a
by
lady.
1 a.m. in an environment that it's not the
Was he
safest.
dating her or was she dating him?
No,
No,
were
they were
themselves.
dating.
They were dating each other.
They were
So in
dating.
that kind of situation now, normally somebody will say, this guy's being stupid. But to him,
He was being brave.
he's in love, he's brave, he's protecting
Brave
his woman.
hearts.
You understand? So that's the problem. So do you think love should open you up to making such decisions that are actually detrimental to your life? You know, some I would not even see. In fact, now I see why they say love is really blind.
That's
because now
true.
you're not saying that, I'm stepping out. What if I'm robbed?
Yeah.
What if people attack me? What if police even say you are a robber?
Yeah.
Let me share a story here.
Please do.
One of the days I was coming back from church.
Okay.
It was quite late. were, and they had robbed in our area
Mm.
before. That
Was
was
wait, you
during.
come back from church.
Yeah.
How does this relate to love? Okay,
Hold
No,
on.
there's because I talked about robbery. That's why I'm
Yeah.
sharing the story.
okay.
So they had robbed in our area before that.
Mm.
I think some nights, previous nights.
Mm.
So somehow there was already this. Oh, they go
Yeah,
feel
this tension.
Yeah, there was this
Yeah.
tension. So when we came back late, myself, like 3 other of my guys,
Mhm.
just close to the gate, we just saw one police van behind us.
Okay.
And then my guy started shouting, "Did they come? Oh, did they come?" Oh. One very, and we, out of the fear that maybe they were armed robbers,
Okay.
we started running.
Running.
We ran off to the gate. The gate was locked. That day, somehow we called and called. Somebody came, opened the gates. Everybody ran inside the gates.
yeah.
Me, I ran and hid under staircase.
Mm.
For real.
I'm telling you, for real, yeah. Some persons ran, entered people's somebody's room. One person ran and entered somebody's room. Police came. It was when we now discovered that it was actually the Nigerian police
Wow.
that came. They brought me out of that place. Tell me, see me, I be thief. God, see the way I'm dressed like this. I've always dressed like this for years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I saw it in your music video.
So they saw me. Don't mind this. They saw me and said I be thief.
Wow.
By you, Chief.
Corporate
I'm not a
thief.
thief. I can't steal. I
Maybe,
don't do that.
maybe,
What were you
maybe,
using?
maybe you were likened to a
I
corporate
know what he
thief.
did. I know what he did. He stole a girl's hat.
Hmm.
And the girl is the police officer's father.
It's possible.
So they're making tear and slap.
No,
It's possible.
no, but the point I was trying to make is that
Yeah.
you're not sure of what can happen by that time of the night.
That's
Imagine
true.
they are calling somebody like me that was even well dressed
Yeah.
that I'm a thief.
Chief.
Mm.
Then Mr. Bride by that car
That was short knicker and singlet.
and went out to pick a woman.
Yeah.
So
Flip-flop.
is that not love? Abi, is that stupidity?
That's
Somebody
stupidity.
explain to me.
Okay, so if you ask me, I would say talking about love,
Mm,
it comes from the angle of sacrifice.
mm,
It's
Uh,
not sacrifice.
Yeah, and when you're making sacrifice,
Mm.
it tends to be stupid.
mm-hmm.
Let me cite. Yeah, let me
When
cite.
you're making sacrifices,
First,
people will not always
Of course,
understand.
let me
True.
cite this example. I think there's a biblical story I want us to talk about here.
Sure.
Okay, so I think whether it's Prophet Elijah or Elisha met a woman who had just a morsel of bread left for herself
Mhm.
and her son to eat,
Facts.
and then
I
they would
remember that
die,
story.
right? And the prophet came in and said, "Give me that bread." I said, "You give me that bread."
See, I say.
Yeah, you understand? In the eyes of people, let's
Mm.
say there were other persons around there to judge her action,
Mm.
and someone like Vanessa will like, "Madam, you did stupid."
Mm.
Why do you always
Actually,
use me as
no,
example?
somebody
Because,
like
no,
Vanessa-
man,
because we are-
somebody else. It's not every other person.
No, because
here.
we are here together, and
No, use him. Don't use me.
Okay.
I won't ask you that question.
Okay,
I
it's
will
fine.
Bring Mota Pista. Use your head.
It's
different
fine.
house.
It's fine. Let me use it. So someone like Vanessa,
Yes.
who said, "Madam,
Mm.
wait, you know, get sense.
Mm.
Chop your bread and give
They-
to your
they give
child, and then
prophet.
you know, they give
Prophet came.
prophet what? But in all, love comes with a whole
Mm.
lot of sacrifice,
Sacrifices.
and sacrifice, I think, is being seen to be stupid.
Wow.
Many a times.
Many a times you are just doing this, you cannot really tell what will be the end result,
Mm.
but in your mind you know what you are doing. I think
Yeah.
that is love.
So
and
I
that's
think
why- okay.
sometimes it's about trusting your God. Sometimes
Mm.
it's about trusting your instinct. But
Mm.
when it comes to love,
Mm.
I understand that sacrifices are there, but I would also not want to take away the fact that your senses are still intact.
Sure.
It's just like a blind man.
Now I think the
You
balance.
can-
I think the
can I
balance.
say something?
Let me-
Sorry.
okay.
Before you say this thing that you want to talk about balance, I want to say something that he just said.
Okay.
Now, he made a sacrifice for somebody you do not know because
Yes.
he's a prophet.
Yes.
That's humanity. That's being kind. That's not even love, right? Because every
No,
human can be kind.
I think that's a form of love.
That's love.
Can I
That's
please
love.
just calm down?
Sorry.
I'm driving somewhere.
Sorry, let me just say this. See,
Mm.
you cannot make sacrifice to
Yeah.
someone you do not love.
I can.
Okay.
I will not know you.
Mm.
In fact, hell, I don't even know your name.
Yeah.
I will see you on the road.
Mhm.
You beg me that you have not eaten.
Mhm.
I will have my last 1,000 and I'll give it to you to eat.
Then you
What-
have
what
love,
is-
but you just don't know.
You
No, let
don't
me
know.
finish now.
You
Do
don't know you
no,
have
that is
love.
just being kind.
Okay.
Yes, I won't lie to you. Is a form of love
Mm.
because there are different kinds of love,
Yeah, true.
right?
True.
There are
But
different kinds
Vanessa,
of
I
love.
have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever been in love
Me?
before? Yes.
Yes, no.
And you did something crazy or stupid?
Yes or no? Can we-
Yes.
can-
I've been in love.
have you done
Yeah.
something
Have you did
stupid?
something very stupid?
To me, it was stupid, but every other person
That's
sees
a
that
yes.
That is a yes.
That's a
Why
yes.
can't it just be
because
both
the
to say
truth
yes?
is, the truth is not. I can't say yes because
I like you,
She's
Vanessa.
blushing,
no, wait,
you know.
wait now, calm down. Wait,
Go ahead.
it's not stupid.
Go
to
ahead. You were
people,
in
but it's
love.
stupid to me.
You were in love.
Actually, this love you think is a man and woman love. No, it's not.
I'm in love with
It's not
you.
relationship, emotional kind of thing. No.
Was the person you involved your mother, your father, or a direct
It's my
sibling?
uncle.
Your uncle.
No, it's not romantic.
No, we are talking about romantic love here now.
It's not. That's not what we're talking about.
No,
You can
that's
give
what
an
we are-
example of a prophet.
Hold on. I only cited that scenario
bring us
to
back.
to
You
define.
asked a
Hold
question.
on.
I'm
No,
answering you.
Okay.
So guys,
You're looking for
let me
romantic
let me
love.
bring us back.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
come back,
Let's come
Vanessa.
back. Now the
Alright.
thing is,
Before you go change the
The
love you
idea-
get from man, go give your uncle.
because we can't play smart. We have to also realize that there are persons who are watching, and the hope is that they get to learn
Yeah.
balance,
About love.
That's
right?
true.
We may not be able to give all there is to what love can be,
Yeah, true.
right? But we should be able to also guide them to understand, to make better decisions.
Yeah.
Love would make you make decisions that may not make a lot of sense to some people,
Oh, Chim.
right?
Very true.
But stupidity many at times is you making decisions that don't even make sense to yourself, right?
I don't
So-
understand that thing.
Hmm.
you said.
So let me
It's the
explain.
same thing. Sounds like love, the both
No,
of them.
It isn't.
Making
Like,
the
you can't-
decision
let's
that
say you're
does-
spending money,
Okay.
for example. I want to believe, even in love, you should spend, you should give, right? You should,
we spend why we are in love.
Yes.
In fact, what makes you love a woman, or
Is
what makes a woman
you're
feels
giving.
that you love her?
yeah, you're
That
giving.
you giving.
You're giving.
And
So
then we go crazy and say, oh boy, I
Why
don't
looking
give
at me
that.
and saying it?
And say, oh boy, we don't give our baby salary. You match up.
well, I didn't know about
Vanessa
that
have
part.
collected people's salary before. They are this thing.
Have you done that before?
No.
Okay.
She will
I
never
don't
agree.
know.
Mr. Ari, I lean on this
I
one.
don't know what you're talking
However,
about.
what does it mean for somebody to say you are being stupid? Categorically, let's call
Okay.
a spade a spade.
Okay.
What does
To
it
be
mean for
stupid.
somebody to say this is love? This is like, you know me, Vanessa.
Yeah.
I can't tell you about somebody that, oh, I'm in love with this girl, but everything I'm saying I'm doing,
Yeah.
you can tell that this guy,
You're
you're
just being
a mumu.
stupid.
You're just being stupid. This is not love anymore.
I had a friend.
Okay.
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 The friend's not inside this office.
Okay.
He was in love one time.
Mm.
So in love that his girlfriend would cheat on him over and
And
over
over
again.
again.
And he keep forgiving her over
Yeah.
and over
Hmm.
and over again.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he kept forgiving this particular lady
Yeah.
over and over again. And when I heard it, see, there's something about love that I understand.
Mm.
It can make you blind.
Mm.
That even the facts that a 2-year-old would see and spot,
Mm.
you would never see it. In fact, no, she's not like that. Me, I'm telling you.
I know her.
I know her to the house. Until she did it, even when she's doing it in your front.
So
you
what
don't
do you
see
think
it.
causes that? Do you think it is because of how people grow up? Because, of course, there's an analysis that say people that grew up in environments or homes that didn't give them the much attention and love
Yeah.
that is required, they begin to interpret a lot of things as love. For example, people going to school and maybe from their houses, they didn't really have so much. Or their parents, let's say the father or mother, didn't really care so much. And they didn't even hear, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the... Now they're in school.
I think I love you growing up.
So the first person comes and tells, maybe a guy comes and says, you look beautiful. In their family, I think they always say that you are.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then you go to school and
Did they tell you that?
no, they don't do that.
Of course.
Right? But then, somebody
Yeah.
comes and tells you, you're pretty, you look beautiful.
Yeah.
Now the person is thinking, are you
that
sure?
true?
Is
Yeah,
it true?
yeah.
You understand? The person buys gifts. This person is not used to even,
Yeah.
but the person doesn't even celebrate birthdays. There are people that come from environments that everything about the environment, or it negates the idea
Yeah.
Of love.
of love. So they're now getting to school or maybe somewhere workspace, and people are loving. They suspect everybody. Say, why this one they love me? Why they buy me cake? And over time, it's like when they eventually get enveloped in that system, they don't now know which one is
How to differentiate which is which.
which now. So
they begin to-
They begin to. So for example, this your friend or somebody said that the girl they cheat, but in his mind maybe he's even feeling if this one go now, nobody else.
No, I don't think that was it. I think his case was not that. His case was he had too much trust in.
Too much trust.
Yes.
Think that, I don't think there's too much trust.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
root
But if you
cause
think
was
about
that-
it very well, actually, it's true. You might have a root cause,
There's
but
a
I
root
don't.
cause.
I
The
didn't
root cause
really
is that
care
maybe
enough to
all
want
his
to.
life there's something that he has been told, or
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
a
way his
cause.
family, there's something that's more.
And I think what you said earlier about the root cause of,
Yeah.
relationship and all that, or maybe how you grew up or whatever, has a factor in how you love people.
That's
True.
true.
Now, I didn't grow up from a home that tells you I love you, but you will see the love by action. That's why most
Yeah.
times I cannot, I'm not expressive. So I want to say something.
Please
Now,
go ahead.
I didn't grow up, like I said, I didn't grow up in an environment where
Yeah.
love was. I grew up in an environment where, Daddy, I'm not feeling fine. My dad will break his back to get you medication. That is kind of love.
Yeah.
And in as much as it doesn't baby you, it doesn't pamper you to the level. So I came up from it was sort of a body home that became an ajekpako, then became a pakuru home.
At some
So
point.
it was like it
was
was
a transition
A
in-
transition.
Transition,
So
yeah.
growing up, it was soft and sweet until
At some
I grew up
point,
in-
yeah.
I went to schools that, I mean, there were white people in. So yeah, but that's by the way. But I saw the love, I felt it, I understood it. So when people say their background makes them feel like wanting, it makes me feel weird, because I became verbal when it comes to expressing my love for people. You could come to me and I'm like, oh, baby, I love you so much. I mean it from my heart. And I'll still show you the actions
Yeah.
to back it up. But my actions will be louder than my words, because that is the best way to show
So you do more and say less.
love. Yes, I do more, I say less. So if I'm quiet and looking at you, it's either maybe let's say you mess up and I want to forgive you. And I'm quiet and I'm looking at you. Right? And maybe I'm playing my rings like this because I don't want to punch your nose. Right?
You are actually a villain, I think. We're
But now
talking
you
about.
right?
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
that.
This
Oh,
lady,
brother,
she
stop
can
that.
beat somebody.
No, I cannot beat somebody.
Because you're talking of punching somebody, you're just being sweet. I
you
just
know
heard that.
how you can
I just heard
sometimes
that,
look at
baby, I
somebody.
love you, sweet, before you now punch you.
No, like sometimes I just feel like punching your partner's face, but they make you angry. Have you not been in that position before?
No.
A girl has not gotten you so upset that you're like, this girl too lie. Like, this girl, you too lie, but I love you, so I won't do nothing.
Is that love or stupidity?
That's both.
That's both.
Love is stupid.
So I think that brings us to the end of today's podcast, because some people experience both. Love and stupidity, na collabo.
But I haven't been stupid before, though. So what am I looking at? Okay. So at the end of the day, in whatever you do, if you're falling in love, if you know that you're going to throw your brain away, don't throw it. Just put it inside your pocket so that once in a while you can bring it out and put it in your head. And love rightly. Do not love someone that is selfish. Try to read in between the lines. And if you're going to fall in love right, fall in love good, and fall in love with all your might. Yes, love is sweet, especially when you're falling in love with the right person. Healthy relationships, they call it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like. I hope one day
Is there a
I'll
right
experience it.
person?
Yes, there is a
For
right
everyone?
person. No, you
They
just
just-
make the person right.
Okay. So I would say that first, before you fall in love with anyone, do well to love yourself first.
Oh,
Because
self-love.
yeah, self-love. Because most times the person whom you feel you love might not give you in same quantum. So the only thing you can use to console yourself is the
Is your
love
self-love.
you have for yourself. Self-love supersede every other love.
All right. So I'm going to wrap up with this short experience. In school, one of my younger cousins used to stay with me at the time. And I think she had a slight issue with her relationship. And then she cried. I called it pity the girl. But she kept on saying one thing. And I will not forget that thing. She said, Chai, they tell me, make I love her with my head. I go love her with my heart. So if you love her with your head, you go forget her. Nah, don't
Yeah.
believe her with my heart. So it was just a really funny situation.
Yeah.
It was painful, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, at that time, honestly, it cost me. But eventually, they got back and they
Yeah.
are now married. They're happily married
Wow,
now.
wow.
They have
But
kids.
so she's happy that she
Congratulations.
loved him with her heart.
Yeah, she's not
Yes,
happy.
but sometimes situations make you feel like you were being stupid.
Stupid.
So I mean,
But is she being stupid right now in the marriage?
no, she's having
okay,
having
why?
a great time.
How do you know she's having
Bishop.
a good time?
Man, I'm private, so the
Yeah,
family.
Bishop,
friends,
Bishop.
Maybe
Before we call it a day, have you ever cried in a relationship before? Like you were so broken to extent you couldn't hold back your tears, and the best way you could express yourself was to lose them. Have you ever been in
Yes,
such situation?
yes.
You have.
Even this morning.
Thank you. We're going now. God bless you.